engaging the community since 1970. This is WIS Awareness.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us this morning on Awareness. I'm your host, Leland Pender. Enrollment for insurance through the Affordable Care Act begins this year on November 1st, and the Columbia Urban League is a part of an effort to make sure the public not only knows that enrollment is underway, but what changes are coming to the enrollment process this year when you sign up. So joining me now this morning are Rosalind Goodwin of the Hospital Association in South Carolina, as well as Dr. Macy Smith and J.T. McLawhorn of the Urban League. Thank you all for being here. So real quickly, let's begin with the grant that you guys have received. What's that money going to go toward, and why is it so important?
The Columbia Urban League received funding from the National Urban League and also Community Catalyst, which is a consumer advocacy organization. And the object here is to disseminate marketing and promotional information surrounding the ACA, the major changes that have occurred. We're also inciting and designating and organizing community efforts in order to get people signed up. We want people to better understand what exists, what options are available, and messaging is the key. And so that's our role, is to be able to develop those tools, disseminate them, and ultimately get people enrolled.
Okay, so let's discuss some of those changes coming this year. It is a very different kind of year under the new administration in Washington. So one of the things people are worried about is their premiums, as always. Some folks think they will increase due to some instability created in the marketplace by actions in D.C. So what's the real story there about premiums this year, Rosalind?
The real story is that premiums did increase by 31% on average in South Carolina, but because the Affordable Care Act is still the law of the land, our consumers are not allowed to be charged more than a certain percentage of their income in order to get access to affordable health care. So as the premiums have increased, so have the discounts and subsidies. So our premiums have increased about 31%, so have our discounts and subsidies. So people in South Carolina can get coverage for the same price as last year, or for many, even less. The subsidies and discounts are even more generous, and there are new options through Blue Cross Blue Shield this year that will offer many South Carolinians zero premium plans. Zero premium plans this year. So we're really encouraging everyone to check out the options.
So it kind of balances out with those subsidies. Okay, so it's good to get kind of the big picture there, both sides of the story. Something else people are worried about, this year the enrollment period is shortened from previous years. I believe it was 90 days in previous years. Is that correct?
It was. Now it's 45 days.
It's 45 days. So, Macy, it begins November 1st, runs through December 15. Do you think people are aware they have less time to get enrolled this year?
I think more people are not aware, which is why we have all these efforts in place to educate folks. And so we've already started the marketing effort so that people can be prepared on November 1st. But historically, you know, people tend to wait to the last minute to sign up for things. And so we want to be able to flood the airways. We want to be able to make available the information, have these organized events in the community where the people are. Our target audience, the folks who are actually going to benefit from this service, we want to be where they are and make sure we have resources on hand for them to be enrolled, so that way we won't have any barriers there.
What you guys are doing is so important. You mentioned marketing a second ago. Funding for marketing and advertising was cut for the Affordable Care Act this year, and so people aren't seeing it as much on TV. They're not hearing it on the radio, and some folk are convinced that it's not the law anymore, but it is still the law. So as far as people getting enrolled and in this time period, what chances do they have?
I think if we, as community partners, are visible in these communities, we have a better chance to get people enrolled. If we don't have the numbers to support that this is a need, then there's a possibility that we may not have it. And so we have to get people engaged as much as possible. And then with the support from the Hospital Association, with the support for the South Carolina Primary Healthcare Association, having those navigators and those enrollment counselors, we're going to have them on staff and on site when we have these events, so that way we can kill two birds with one stone.
Okay, and JT, chime in whenever you want. Some more challenges and differences this year. Funding has also been cut for the Affordable Care Act navigators, the people that are there with people as they try to sign up. In South Carolina, 85% of the funding for those jobs was cut for 2018.
Yes, but and we certainly appreciate the partnership of Palmetto Project and the Beaufort County Black Chamber of Commerce. They still will have navigators. They just won't have as wide of a reach. But there are several community health centers like Eau Claire here in the Midlands. The Richland County Library also has navigators on site. You can also get one-on-one free assistance from any insurance broker. So there are several of those as well. There are, of course, toll-free numbers that you can get appointments and sit down with anyone. So help from a navigator or an assister at the library or the community health center, all of that assistance is absolutely free to you, and it really is in your best interest to sit down with someone and review your options. The worst thing you can do is to have the system automatically re-enroll you if you've been enrolled before. You may end up in a plan that's costing you more money when there are options right now for zero premium plans. So you really do need to sit down with someone and evaluate your options.
So there's a lot still available
Yes.
as far as resources go. But I bring that up because a lot of people who need this health care, who sign up, live in rural and poor communities. And with the navigation funding being cut for those workers, those are the ones who will see less help close to home, I guess.
Yeah. But let me just make a few observations. The religious community is everywhere. And I can tell you, I think people in rural communities go to church probably much more than people in urban areas. So there's an opportunity to get the word out. I think the challenge we have is that there's been so much misinformation out here to discourage people. And people really don't know whether or not it's still the law of the land. And so I think it's important for us to educate people. It's important for others to spread the word around. Because if we don't have good health, we cannot have a quality of life that we need for ourselves and our families.
That's all very true. Rosalind, is there anything else important we should kind of get in here before this segment ends?
Certainly, I couldn't agree more with that statement. We are already reaching out to, and a number of churches are hosting open enrollment events. The last week of open enrollment, you will be able to find on signupsc.org all of the open enrollment events that you can go to and get free one-on-one assistance to help you sign up. And they won't be limited just to urban areas. We are certainly opening those up and having them in rural and urban areas for the 45 days that we do have enrollment. So again, it begins Wednesday, November 1st, and the hard deadline is December 15th. You have to have insurance by that deadline, or you may face a penalty. That still is in the law, the Affordable Care Act. And
you guys have such an event coming up here very soon, Macy. We have a graphic, if we can pop it up for you. It's happening on November 9th, 2017 at 6 p.m. And I believe the name of the church, help me out, Mount Tabor Baptist Church. So, Macy, you'll be there helping folk learn more about this, what options are actually available, and what they can do to get signed up this year.
Yes, we will. With the help of the South Carolina Primary Healthcare Association, they'll be there signing people up, and that's in Clio, South Carolina.
All right. Thanks so much, you guys, for being here this morning.
Thank you.
Greatly appreciated. All right. Well, it's an annual event marking 50 years this year. Details on the Urban League's Equal Opportunity Day dinner coming up after the break.
Correct.
Don't scream, call a king.
We got a $400,000 settlement when our client was hit by a sleepy driver. We got an $800,000 settlement when someone ran a red light.
Call all twos now.
To get your attorney, dial all twos.
Baseboard shouldn't look like that, but cleaning them breaks your back. Introducing Baseboard Buddy, the easy-reach baseboard cleaner. Just walk and glide. Baseboard Buddy cleans for you. The secret is the flex head design that conforms to any baseboard, while the plush fibers grab dust and dirt, buffing the woodwork.
Use dry for anytime cleaning, wet for stubborn spots. Rinses clean. Visit www.baseboardbuddy.com for our exclusive TV offer.
Hey, sports fans, join me every week for Inside the 10, WIS's new sports talk show. Be a guest right here at 1801 Grill, Wednesdays at 7:30. We'll talk USC Clemson. Have live guests every week. Inside the 10, Wednesdays on Facebook Live.
If you or a loved one underwent hernia surgery between 2010 and 2016 and then suffered serious complications, call right now. You may be entitled to financial compensation. Complications associated with FISO-mesh include chronic pain, infection, adhesions, mesh migration, reopening of the hernia, and other serious injuries. Call right now.
Call 1-800-676-8860. Again, that's 1-800-676-8860. every smile count. Every smile of yours should be a sight to see. Every smile should say it beautifully. That beautiful smile, healthy and bright. That beautiful grin with teeth so white. Elite smiles, dental, making every smile count.
All right, welcome back this morning. JT is still with us, and you guys are getting ready at the Urban League for the 50th Anniversary Fun Campaign and Equal Opportunity Day Dinner. It'll be held Thursday, November 7 at the Convention Center in downtown Columbia. I'm sorry, Tuesday, November 7th at 7 p.m. that evening. All right, so JT, tell us more about this. It's a very important event every single year, 50 years of it. What's the theme this year?
First of all, this is our golden anniversary. Our theme is one mission, one community, one urban league. And I was just reflecting on 50 years of past, 1967, when the Urban League came on the scene. It came on the scene 3 years after the passage of the 1964 Civil Rights Act. And when we think about diversity, diversity probably was not even a word that was utilized in 1967. And I don't think it had relevancy in 1967. So one of the major challenges of the Urban League early on was to help employers to implement the 1964 Civil Rights Act, which eliminated discrimination by race, color, gender, national origin, religion, preferences, and things of that nature. But prior to that time, particularly in the South, people could advertise position and say, this is white only, in essence. So our challenge was to go out to recruit people, to make sure they were prepared for those opportunities. One of the things that the late Whitney M. Young Jr. said, who worked tireless with other civil rights leaders and worked with President Lyndon Johnson to get this bill passed, was that to have an opportunity is a good thing, but a tragedy is not to be prepared when opportunity knocks. So the Urban League challenge was to prepare people for those opportunities.
Okay, and so when you think about 50 years since this event began until today, given what you just described there, the Urban League's mission, tell me about the progress that's been made. How are things today?
Well, I think that one of the things that we have to realize about progress, progress has ups and downs, in essence. And I think over the past 50 years, I think we've made a lot of progress. But I think today we see that things aren't moving in the direction we thought they were moving in. Several years ago, people talk about a society, a post-racial society. And today, I think as a country, we're more divided than ever. And so even though we made progress, we have to be vigilant to make sure that we don't let that progress get away from us.
Right.
We must maintain that progress and try to reach higher plateaus. So I think for us, the challenge is that as we reflect on what we have been able to accomplish, when we reflect on 50 years of services of empowering communities and changing lives, I think we can say, job well done. But I think equally important, we must look and realize that all is not well. And so the work of the Urban League now, I think, is more important today, as important today as it was 50 years ago.
Definitely an ongoing effort.
Yes.
There is no just point you reach and then you're finished.
That's correct.
Yeah, all right. Well, tell us a little bit about the dinner itself coming up in November. You guys have a man named Michael Niedorf coming in.
Yes, Michael Niedorf.
Niedorf, okay.
Yes, he is the chairman, CEO of the Centene Corporation, but importantly, he's the chairman of the board of the National Urban League. And I think it's going to be a great opportunity for us to have someone to come in of not only his stature, but his commitment to corporate social responsibility. We all know about Ferguson. We know about the riots in Ferguson. And Ferguson was burned down, and many people felt that they were going to abandon Ferguson because of the acts of a few people. And so Mr. Niedorf took decisive action. They went in there and built a call center and employed 250 people in that call center, all from Ferguson.
In Ferguson, in the city of Ferguson.
In the city of Ferguson. And then also, they encourage other companies to come in and invest in Ferguson. And I think this is an example when we talk about one mission, one community, and one urban league. I think it's important for us to see how it's important for us to work together. I think Mr. Nydorf, the chairman CEO of the Centene Corporation, has demonstrated that we can be one. But we have to work together. It's not going to happen by itself. You need strong leaders. And we need leadership more today to stand up and to speak out against some of this divisiveness that has somewhat consumed us as a society.
All right, thanks so much, JT. Of course, you guys will be honoring several community leaders at this dinner. There's a whole lot more on your website at the Columbia Urban League. Folks can always call if they want to know more as well.
And I also want to express my appreciation to awareness. You know, awareness has been around for a long time, and it has been part of the efforts to empower communities and change lives. So we at the Urban League really appreciate what you all do at awareness.
Much appreciated. Thank you, sir. All right, again, the Equal Opportunity Day dinner coming up on November 7th here in Columbia, downtown. Hope you can make it. Well, coming up next here on Awareness, university homecomings are happening about every week right now, it seems. And Claflin University, well, they're getting ready for theirs. A lot planned this year. More on that after the break.
I'm Attorney George Sink. I've served all my life. I was a school teacher. I served our country as a Marine. And now George Sink Injury Lawyers serves you. Need help? It's easy. Call all nines. We look forward to serving you.
Introducing the Bell & Howell Light Bar, the incredibly powerful portable light with 60 LED lights. Charge for an hour for a full day of power. You'll get the Bell & Howell Light Bar for the low price of only $19.95. But wait, order right now and we'll ship it to you absolutely free. And when you order today, you can double the offer. Just pay a separate fee, but you must order now.
To order, call 1-800-697-3187 or order online at trylightbar.com.
Tired of trying to hide your belly bulge? Now there's a fun, effective, and easy way to get fit and toned in just minutes a day with the Simply Fit board.
I'm Lori Grenier from Shark Tank. I like being toned, but I'm not big into working out and sweating. That's why I fell in love with the Simply Fit board.
The secret is its unique twisting motion and balanced board pivoting action that engages your entire core, all while having fun. Call or go online now to get your Simply Fit board for only $39.99.
Nick Bolton here with the new Tac Light Lantern from Bell & Howell. The Tac Light Lantern collapses down smaller than a smartphone and weighs less than a pound. But don't let its small size fool you. It's twice as bright as an ordinary lantern. Plus, this lantern is built like a tank. It's heat resistant, works submerged in water, and can survive even the coldest conditions.
Act now, and through this special TV offer, you can get the Bell & Howell Tac Light Lantern for just $19.99 plus free shipping.
Jane Doe has been injured in a car wreck. Your firm's mission? Help Jane get her money faster.
Anything is possible when George Sink Injury Lawyers is on the case. Lost wages, medical bills, pain and suffering?
Dial 9s. All 9s.
Welcome back this morning. There will be a lot happening on campus at Claflin University as homecoming celebrations get underway shortly. And among them are the Presidential Scholarship Gala and the Scholarship Golf Classic, now in its 12th year. Joining me this morning is Craig Cotton, PR Director for the university, and this is Tammy McCotry, Director of Special Events at Claflin, to tell us all about it. A busy time for you guys right now.
Yes, it is, and we're so excited, and thank you for having us. You know, when you come to Claflin, it's like coming to a university that's just full of life. And we're looking forward to our homecoming. As you know, with the Golf Classic coming up, it's our 12th annual Golf Classic. We're looking for over 100 golfers. And so we really want you to come out on November the 16th. Shotgun starts at 10 o'clock. Registration is at 8:30. And so we're going to have awards. And, of course, you can get those mulligans, man, and all those wonderful things, and ladies, because women also golf as well.
Now, this is a scholarship golf tournament. It's really important in helping kids get to Claflin and pay for school there. Talk about that for me.
Well, the proceeds will go to two organizations. One is called Focus 100, and that stands for Friends of Claflin University Students. And that's for students who are facing hardships and, you know, they need extra help, that financial assistance. The other organization is the Orange and Maroon Athletic Support Association. And of course, that's for our student athletes that need that financial assistance as well to help them while they're playing in intercollegiate sports and that type of thing. And so we're looking forward to everyone to come out and support these two organizations.
Is there a goal in mind that you guys hope to raise as far as the funds go?
Yes, the goal is $50,000. Okay. And we are close, so we want you to come on out.
Awesome, awesome.
Yes.
I think we have some pictures of the golf tournament in Preble. That's the presidential gala. So let's switch gears here.
Okay.
That's from last year. That's Peebo Bryson, I believe. That was a special guest last year. Again, the gala is funding for scholarships for students. So, Craig, tell us about what we're seeing here.
Well, those are some. Well, now you have a photograph of the parade, which it was held, which would be held on Saturday. But the other photograph we saw were some of the students who are the presidential scholars, and those outstanding, high-achieving students who are recruited by Claflin University, and they receive presidential scholars because of the outstanding job they've done in the classroom. So this event will raise funding for those students and support those scholarships.
That's right.
And one of the major components of the gala is a performance this year. This year's guest is Evelyn Champagne King.
Oh, yes.
Tell us about Miss Champagne King.
Well, she is from the 70s, 80s, and you know she had the song It's a Shame and Love Come Down. And President Henry Tisdale and our First Lady, Miss Alice Carson Tisdale, they're looking forward to her coming, and everybody's looking forward to having a good time. And as we said, it's going to help our students. But Evelyn Champagne, you know, is a wonderful artist from back in the day, 70s and 80s, which I'm familiar with.
That wasn't too long ago.
No. But it's a shame, and love come down. So we're looking forward to everyone to come out to the presidential gala. Great food, great entertainment, wonderful time. We also have the silent auction, and so Hall of Famers are also there, and so there are people who've been nominated that will be a part of that. And so we're looking forward to just a great time this year at Homecoming.
So if people want to get involved, go to the gala or go to the golf tournament, how do they do that?
Well, they can go to the website, which is www.claflin.edu, and all the information is there, the full schedule of homecoming activities. What we've given you, what we're discussing here is more of some of the alumni activities, but the other events, some of the student-focused activities will start earlier during the week, on the weekend of November the 12th. So it's a lot of activities. Claflin Homecoming, one of the most highly anticipated events in this region. It's a celebration of Claflin's long legacy of producing engaged visionary leaders with global perspectives, and our president, Dr. Henry Tisdale, in his 24th year, has really provided the bold and leadership that has carried Claflin throughout the decades and taken us to where we are right now.
You guys really do have a lot going on this year. November 9th is when things get started and runs through the 16th, almost a week and a half of events.
Yeah, it's really the 12th.
I'm sorry, that's 12th.
Yeah. The 12th, it starts that Monday. That's okay.
That was the Friday before.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
It starts that Monday, the 12th. I do want to say also that the Golf Classic is going to be held at the Orangeburg Country Club. And as most people know, Orangeburg Country Club has been ranked in the top 50 of the whole state of South Carolina as one of the top golf courses. So we really want you to come out and enjoy that and have a good time. There are foursomes, and sponsorship opportunities are still available. Individual players, you can register for $100. Then you have the foursome, which is $400. But you can get in touch with us through our website as well as calling the telephone number that you've provided as well.
Fantastic. Well, Tammy, Craig, thank you guys so much for being here. You guys have your hands full for the next couple of weeks.
Yes, we do.
How many people are you expecting, by the way, real quickly, for homecoming?
Well, it'll be thousands of people on our campus for the entire weekend, because you have different alumni. It's a little bit of something for everyone.
Right, that's
so you
awesome.
have alumni, you have students, you have supporters from the community. So it's really a great event, and it's something that hopefully you'll come down and join us as well.
All right, maybe so. More awareness coming right up.
Hey, that's my neighbor. Hey, Joe.
Hey, John.
Hey, Joe's about to make a very big mistake. Hey, Joe, don't you think it'd be a good idea if you called 811 and get your underground utilities marked?
This isn't my first project.
I think there's an oil pipeline goes through here somewhere.
It's on my neighbor's side.
Oh, you think so? Remember, safe digging always begins with a free call to 811. You need a towel there, Slick?
If you don't have life insurance, a final expense insurance plan pays cash to your family for final and all other expenses. If you're unable to purchase life insurance due to a pre-existing or current medical condition, call right now for information and a free consultation. Rates will never increase, the policy cannot be canceled, and there are no restrictions on how your beneficiaries can use the money.
Call 1-800-304-7014, 1-800-304-7014.
He's using a CPAP machine for his sleep apnea. Now he sleeps like a baby. But if it isn't cleaned well, it could make him sick. I'm so relieved we found the So Clean sanitizer.
I'm Dr. Joseph Cranen, a sleep apnea specialist. I recommend So Clean to my patients because it kills 99.9% of bacteria and germs, significantly reducing the risk of infection from an improperly cleaned CPAP.
Just drop the mask in and walk away. No more taking it apart and washing by hand every day. So Clean safely sanitizes and disinfects your mask, hose, and reservoir without any harsh chemicals and works on all popular CPAPs. Try the world's first automated CPAP sanitizer risk-free for 30 days. Call 800-842-9893.
And no more getting sick from a dirty CPAP.
Call now to try So Clean risk-free for 30 days. Call 800-842-9893 or visit trysoclean.com.
Well, a big thanks to all my guests this morning for coming on the program. If you'd like to learn more about anything we discussed today, you can visit each organization online or even give them a call. Take a look at your screen here for all of that information. And as always, you can reach out to WIS or me for anything you might want to know about anything that's been on an awareness show. Well, I'm Leland Pender, and thank you for joining us as well this morning. Hope you have a great rest of your day.